The second topic that you should recall from Algebra 1 is multiplying polynomials. So I'm going to show you in the example on the left. Yours is already typed out or written out for you, but I'm just going to walk you through it. When you have double parentheses, that means you must double distribute. I'm going to kind of ignore the method on the right-hand side. I don't love that method. I'd rather you learn how to double distribute because it's consistent throughout multiplying polynomials. So to double distribute, you take the first term in the first parentheses and multiply it by the first term in the second parentheses. So that gives me y times y, which is y squared. Then I take the first term times the second term. Y times positive 3 is plus 3y. So that's the first distribution. Now the double distribution comes from taking that negative 5 and distributing it to both parts in the second parentheses. Negative 5 times y is negative 5y. And last but not least, negative 5 times positive 3 is negative 15. So first I double distribute and then I combine like terms. So in this case I have a positive 3y and a negative 5y. So when I combine, I keep the y squared, I combine these to make a negative 2y, and I keep the minus 15. So final answer is y squared minus 2y minus 15. For the next example, I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to stick with those colors because I think it's helpful. I have the first term in each multiplied by each other. So 3a times 2a. First I deal with the coefficients. 3 times 2 is 6. And then I deal with a times a, which is a squared. Next, I take the 3a times negative 7. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. A times 1 is just a. Then I deal with the 2, the second term in the first parenthesis. And I have 2 times 2a, which is positive 4a. And then I have 2 times negative 7, which is negative 14. And again, I'm going to combine like terms. I have negative 21a and positive 4a. So keep 6a squared, combine to get negative 17a, and then carry down your minus 14. Just to point out too, these boxes on the right, this other method is doing the same thing. They're just taking the two polynomials, putting them on the left and right side of these boxes, and then they're just multiplying. So 2a times 3a gives us that 6a squared. 2a times 2 gives us that 4a. 3a times negative 7 gives us the negative 21a. And negative 7 times 2 gives us negative 14. So they're multiplying like the pieces to get each term in this polynomial. And then they just combine like terms as we did in our last step as well. Okay, but again, I love the double distributing, or in the next case, triple distributing. So I have 2x times 7x squared to start, which gives me 14x to the third, because I have x squared times x. Then I have 2x times negative x, negative 2x squared. 2x times positive 4 gives me positive 8x. So that was the first set, and now we're going to deal with the second set, using the negative 3 to be multiplied by each part. Negative 3 times 7x squared is negative 21x squared. Then we have negative 3 times negative x, which is positive 3x. Negative times negative turns positive. And lastly, negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. But this looks like a huge mess. So ugly. So we're going to start combining some terms. I see a negative 2x squared and a negative 21x squared. So those will combine. I see an 8x and a 3x. So those will combine. But the 14x to the third is going to stay because there's nothing to combine with it. So 14x to the third goes first since it's the one with the highest power. Then I'm combining my x squared terms. So I have negative 2 minus 21 more, which is negative 23x squared. Positive 8x, positive 3x is positive 11x. And then carry down that minus 12. And again, notice how we kept the highest power first and the no power last. This x technically has a power of 1. You don't have to write it, but just so you know that that does have a power. So to write it in standard form, you have to put the highest power first. Okay, so that's multiplying polynomials.